Governor Gavin Newsom is seriously considering redrawing California's congressional seats ahead of the next election to put more Democrats in Congress.
The governor says the move would be in response to President Trump, who is asking the Texas legislature to help Republicans pick up more seats as that state decides and discusses redistricting. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala explains what's going on.
And I'm not going to be the guy that said I could have, would have, should have. I'm not going to be passive at this moment.
Governor Gavin Newsom preparing to politically take on Texas and President Trump. He's eyeing two options to send more Democrats to D.C. in the 2026 election by redrawing congressional district lines in California. Unlike Texas, California voters have not allowed state lawmakers to redraw the lines, but an independent, citizen-led commission. Newsom says option one is to call a special election to ask voters to change that, or option two is to call on the legislature to just redraw the congressional districts. California elections expert Paul Mitchell posted on X noting the state constitution says nothing about redrawing congressional maps mid-decade, and that may or may not allow the legislature to do it.
I don't come to this lightly. This is not a point of, it's just a point of rationalization. And I hope a realization for everyone else. Everything has changed, and it's changing in real time.
Now, here at the state capitol, in response to the governor's remarks, lawmakers from both sides of the aisle said that this is not something they would support.
Playing this tit-for-tat thing is very dangerous.
Yeah. Progressive Democratic Caucus Chair, Assemblyman Alex Lee.
I understand some people want to think about this as a game, but democracy is not a game. It is a beautiful yet fragile thing, and the more that Democrats or Republicans undermine the rules of law and democracy, it makes it more of a sham and less people believe in it.
Governor Gavin Newsom is working overtime to break the law, to undermine public trust and confidence in elections.
Republicans blasted Newsom's push.
I think the majority of Hispanics in California are waking up to what's going on. They're not on board with the things that he's doing, and I feel like they will reject him.
At the state capitol, Ashley Zavala, KCRA 3 News.
Now, we did reach out to California Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas and State Senate Pro Tem Mike McGuire for comment, and we have not yet heard back from either of them.